Dividend stocks versus rental property. Same $100,000. This is the comparison everyone argues about online, and almost nobody runs the actual math on. Today, we're running it across 3 real U.S. cities: Cleveland, Indianapolis, and San Francisco, because where you put your money changes the entire outcome. $100,000, invested 2 different ways, tracked for 5 real years through 2026. One path pays you every single month. The other path pays you almost nothing until it doesn't. Marcus chose real estate. He found a house in Cleveland, Ohio. $115,000. Modest neighborhood, near a hospital, decent school district. He put $100,000 down, almost all of it, and became a landlord. Jordan chose stocks. Same $100,000. He opened his Vanguard account, typed in VOO, and hit buy. Then he closed his laptop and went to bed. 5 years later, I want to show you exactly what happened to both of them. Not in theory, not in projections, in actual 2026 numbers, verified this week. Before I show you the numbers, let me set the rules, because this is where most YouTube videos cheat. We're comparing 2 things: rental income versus dividend income. Not total return, not appreciation, just the cash that lands in your account every single month, or every single quarter, from your investment. Why? Because a lot of people at 35, 40, 45 years old don't just want to wait 20 years for their house to appreciate. They want income now, or at least they think they do. And I'm going to run this comparison across 3 cities, because where Marcus buys the property changes everything. City 1, Cleveland, Ohio. City 2, Indianapolis, Indiana. City 3, San Francisco, California. Let's start. Cleveland. This is the city everyone in real estate investing talks about right now, and there's a real reason for it. The median home in Cleveland sells for $142,000. That's 67% below the national median. You could buy a house in Cleveland for less than a used car in San Francisco. And rental demand? Strong. 58% of people in Cleveland rent. That means your tenant pool is enormous. So, Marcus buys his Cleveland house for $115,000, slightly below median. Solid neighborhood near University Circle. He charges $1,400 a month in rent. Conservative number. Realistic number. Gross annual rental income, $16,800. But that's gross. That's before reality shows up. After all real costs, Marcus is taking home $10,776 a year from his Cleveland property. That's $898 per month in actual spendable income. And his net yield on the $100,000 he invested? 10.8% net yield. That is genuinely excellent for a rental property. But wait, let me add one thing Cleveland doesn't tell you on the brochure. Cleveland's housing values are complicated. Home prices in Cleveland on Zillow are actually down 2.3% year over year as of mid-2026. Redfin shows a May 2026 median of $142,000, up 5.9% compared to last spring. The data is mixed. Some neighborhoods are recovering, others aren't. If Marcus bought in the wrong neighborhood, his rent drops, his vacancy goes up, his net yield crashes below 5%. Cleveland rewards neighborhood-level due diligence. It punishes lazy buyers. Now let's check on Jordan. Jordan bought $100,000 worth of VOO in early 2021. He has not touched it. At a 1.1% yield, Jordan's $100,000 in VOO generates roughly $1,100 per year in dividend income. That's $91.67 per month, compared to Marcus's $898 per month. On pure income, Marcus absolutely destroys Jordan. Cleveland rental, $898 a month. VOO dividends, $92 a month. It's not even close. But, and this is the part nobody talks about, dividend yield is not the full story for VOO investors. So Cleveland crushes stocks for monthly income. It looks like a total blowout. Marcus is winning by a mile. But keep that $898 number in your head, because when we cross the 5-year finish line, Jordan's boring, do-nothing VOO account does something that completely changes the game. I'll show you exactly what at the end of this video. But first, let's go to Indianapolis, and then San Francisco. Because San Francisco is where things get truly terrifying. City 2, Indianapolis. This is the city I'd actually tell a first-time investor to look at if they want real estate income, because it's the balanced market. Not the highest yield, not the lowest, but probably the most investable. Marcus buys an Indianapolis property, $200,000. Nice neighborhood, close to downtown, near the biohealth cluster. Good tenant profile. He rents it for $1,500 a month. Again, conservative. Realistic. Net annual income from Indianapolis, $11,500. That's $958 a month. And his net yield on $100,000 invested in this property? Wait, Marcus put down $100,000 on a $200,000 house. He has a $100,000 mortgage. Hold on. Let me recalculate with the mortgage. After the mortgage, Marcus's monthly cash flow in Indianapolis is $305 a month. On his $100,000 down payment, that's a 3.66% cash-on-cash return. Not bad, not spectacular, but the house is also building equity as the mortgage pays down. And Indianapolis home values are projected to keep growing, modestly but consistently. Indianapolis is not about the highest income. It's about owning a real, stable, growing asset that also pays you while you wait. Now, let's talk about the biggest trap in American real estate, San Francisco. If you think $1 million property automatically guarantees wealth, what I'm about to show you will genuinely terrify you. San Francisco, the city that real estate investors either love or absolutely hate, depending on what they're optimizing for. Let me show you the real math. Marcus can't buy a house in San Francisco with $100,000 down. That won't even get him through the door. Let's say he scrapes together $300,000 for a down payment on a $1.5 million property. He rents it for $4,000 a month. Marcus is spending more on costs than he earns in rent before even touching the mortgage. San Francisco's rental yield on a typical property is 2.8% gross, and after California's property taxes, insurance, and maintenance, you're fighting to break even on income alone. Then why do people buy in San Francisco? Because in San Francisco, the game is not income. The game is appreciation. San Francisco home values have historically appreciated at 5 to 7% annually over the long run. A $1.5 million house that appreciates 5% is gaining $75,000 in value per year. You are not a landlord in San Francisco. You are a speculator with a tenant helping you pay part of the mortgage. That's a completely different strategy. Not wrong, but completely different. If you buy in San Francisco for income, you will be disappointed. If you buy in San Francisco for long-term appreciation... Now let's come back to Jordan. Remember, Jordan's $100,000 in VOO generates $1,100 per year in dividends. That's $92 a month. Terrible income number. Marcus in Cleveland was making $898 a month. But here's what I didn't tell you yet. Jordan's $100,000 in VOO at a 13.6% annualized total return over 5 years, Jordan's $100,000 became $188,000 in 5 years. That's $88,000 in gains. That is not income he can spend every month, but it's real liquid wealth that took 0 phone calls, 0 maintenance calls, 0 tenant drama. And here's the part that almost nobody factors in when they compare these two. The best part for Jordan? Qualified dividend tax rates are often significantly lower than rental income tax rates. Jordan's VOO dividends are taxed at 15% for most middle-class earners. Marcus's rental income? Taxed as ordinary income, potentially as high as 22, 24, even 32% depending on his bracket. And Jordan paid $0 in local property tax. Not 1 cent. This is why you can't just compare the gross numbers. The tax structure changes everything. So who won? The honest answer is, it depends what you needed. If you needed monthly income right now, Marcus in Cleveland won. $898 a month, actual cash, every month. If you needed total wealth growth, Jordan won. $88,000 in gains, fully liquid, available tomorrow. If you needed income from real estate but wanted to sleep at night, Indianapolis was the balanced move. If you wanted to play San Francisco, you better have $300,000 to put down, strong nerves, and a 15-year timeline. Next week, we're going to take Marcus and Jordan 5 years further. What happens at year 10 when Marcus's Cleveland house is paid off? What happens when Jordan starts withdrawing? That's a very different story, and the answer is going to surprise you. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And one more thing, don't guess your investments. I built the exact spreadsheet used in this video, so you can plug in your own city, your own property price, your own rent number, and see what your real net yield actually is, after taxes, after mortgage, after every cost that the YouTube thumbnails never show you. You can grab it completely free. Link is in the description below. See you next week. You might be right. Just know which game you're playing before you write the check.